Hey everybody, Lauren Breeden here. I am a speech language pathologist that primarily works with the population of 0 to 3 in early intervention. And I was perusing through YouTube and could not find a video that really adequately demonstrated how to use a NUK brush with some of the kiddos that I see. So I just decided to make my own video. So what I have is just a regular NUK brush. I have found these in big box stores before, like Walmart. Certainly Amazon has them as well. So they're pretty easy to find. They are a little bit on the pricey side sometimes, but they last forever. They are dishwasher safe and they can be sanitized. So well worth the investment if you are working on feeding or oral motor skills or just sensory oral motor skills with your little one. So I'm going to demonstrate how I would usually use these in my treatment sessions, and then that way you can just kind of take little bits and pieces and decide what works for you guys too. So usually what I do before the mealtime to kind of wake up the mouth, wake up the nerves in the mouth, and get the kiddo ready for feeding is I will start on the outside. Now, let me put this disclaimer out there. If you have a kid that is very sensory aversive, you might have to start on their hand and work your way up their arm until you can finally get to their neck and maybe to their face. If you have a child that is low tone and kind of needs more sensory stimulation, then you might just be able to start on the face. But just keep that in mind. Don't be discouraged if you touch their face with it and they freak out at first. You might just have to work your way up. So usually what I do with this is I'll start down here, and if you can see that I'm just kind of rolling it. The main premise here is I'm always working towards midline. I'm always bringing the focus back to the mouth to kind of get them ready for feeding. So I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so that's just on the outside of the face. And you can do that a couple times. Just give them a little bit of a break if they need a little bit of a break. And then on the inside of the mouth, you can either start with just your finger, with a gloved finger, if you're not afraid of them biting you, or a NUK brush is another decent alternative. So you can go on the inside of their gums like this and just kind of rub their gums on the top and the bottom. Sorry, that's not very pretty to look at, but you get the point. And you want to do that on both sides. So we're keeping both sides stable. And then also up, up, down, down, okay? And you want to do that on both sides and in the middle. And again, you can do that a couple times as well to get them ready for the feeding. If you have a low tone kiddo, you can also dip this in ice water to add a little more sensory stimulation. And another important thing to remember too is depending on the muscle tone of your child, if they are low tone, you probably want to add a little more pressure. So if you can see, I'm not just like gently touching the face. I am adding some pressure to increase that sensory stimulation and really wake up the mouth. Now, of course, I am a speech pathologist, but unless I'm seeing your kid for services, you definitely need to reach out to a professional that's in your area. So I want to put that disclaimer out there. So if you ever have any questions specifically about this and how it relates to your child, definitely reach out to a licensed speech language pathologist. Don't just take my word for it. Always reach out to an expert. I mostly just made this video for the families that I see, just to provide a easy resource for how to use these since we are in the midst of COVID-19 and doing teletherapy and I can't be out there to demonstrate these things. So I hope that helps, and I hope you have a good day.